All righty, and here we are.
How's it going, guys?
Broden's giving a show. Jim, Broden, how's the weather in beautiful Australia?
Pretty sunny right now. Nice 25 degrees, I believe it is. So not bad, not bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
as you can all see, I'm kind of at the end of the driveway because Australia still deals with dial-up internet here. So this is the only place where I get reception.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Gord, Jim, welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Broden, none of your fish you catch while you're down there can count towards the Summer Slam because it is Western Canada kayak fishing trail, not Australia.
Yeah, well, they forget that I run the tournament, so I can do whatever I want.
Here we go.
No, it's okay. I haven't really got a lot of fishing in, and besides, I'll be back in Canada before the tournament starts.
Well, there you go.
So don't have any fear, Gord. I won't spank you that hard.
Yet. Alrighty, so Summer Slam is coming up. Starts on the 15th. 1 week away.
Not very far.
Not very far at all. You added some new fish this year.
We did. We've added 3 new species. We have channel cats, which will be minimum length of 18 inches. We also have freshwater drum at 14 inches and splake making the return at 14 inches as well. Couple extra species, well, few species just to give the Manitoba, Saskatchewan guys a little bit of a more variety of species because I understand they don't have a lot of the trout species we have as much. So give them a little bit more of a chance. And I know they've got their really good waterway of the Red, it's the Red River, I believe. That's got a lot of those species in that. So I think that a few anglers are going to probably fish that a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be great. Hopefully we get to see some different fish that we haven't seen before.
On that note, there'll be just a couple of little, what would say, house cleaning rules in a way. With channel cats, if anyone hasn't actually had experience with it, Denise reminded me of this, so you can thank her. They carry a little spike on their dorsal fin. It's more of a bony piece of structure. So please be careful when handling those things because I've experienced getting stung by a catfish and it is not fun. I will allow a channel cat to be measured on its belly for the simplicity of just holding it because then you can hold the spike down with your hand because the easiest way to do it is start at the head and then glide your hand over it and it'll force it down and then you can hold your hand like that. A little bit easier, and obviously I don't want to see anglers having a big swollen hand. Think of a bee sting, but probably that 4 or 5 times as bad.
Yeah, Rindy says and the pectorals as well.
Oh, you got pectoral ones on there because I know in Australia we've got ones on the pectorals. But yeah,
your
be careful with those things.
Pectorals.
Yeah. No, but yeah, just be a little bit careful with them because they can sting quite badly. Speaking from experience, so I don't want to see anyone that happening to, even if it is Curtis. But no, like few little things. Also, with bull trout, I understand they are legal. They are legal to catch in BC, so we will allow it as long as you do catch them in BC. Because I will be checking. We get a notification if they're not caught in BC. So if you do happen to be submitting one from outside of BC, you will be disqualified. No second chances, no nothing. It's just as we roll. As well as no private ponds, no community ponds that you have to get special access to, no nothing like that. We can't be fishing them. It's an unfair advantage. And always just don't fish in stupid conditions. I know I've done it. I'm a little bit crazy. But yeah, please be safe out there. We don't want to we don't want to hear about any of this sort of like angler getting hurt or dying because they decide to go fish in the middle of the night in stormy weather.
Exactly. One other thing with that too, perch, size limit of perch.
Oh, yes, I forgot. So perch, sunfish, bluegill, crappie, pumpkin seed, all those little guys now have been reduced down to 4 inches. I understand with Flynn's hands, it'll be hard to see the fish, but
You'll just
in
put one
general, it's just
finger
going
on
to,
it.
yeah, just I tried to explain you can put 2 fingers on a fish. I guess he's just used to catching big perch to a point. But
Yeah.
it just gives a lot of anglers an extra point in the SummerSlam because I know pike. Certain anglers have access to a lot bigger pike than others, and I know they can be big point earners. So when we work it out with the smaller species, if you would obviously catch the same inches of fish, you would roughly gain an extra 20 points in the system. So that's obviously going to be a nice little point bump for a lot of people. So hopefully that closes the gap with a few things. We're just trying to make it a little bit more tighter race between the top anglers and the weekend warrior guys.
Yeah. Question about the bump board starting at 6 inches. Your best thing to do is if you can find the ones from the ACA, those stick-on ones, trim that first little bit off of it to where where it starts at 0, and then you can put that down the center line of your bump board, and then you'll be able to get those small fish.
Also, with that too, I will also you can obviously just buy a new bump board, but no. What we also like to see if you do that is use a tape measure and send us a picture, because any modified bump board, even though it
Yep.
is originally a commercially bought bump board, if you've modified some of the measurements at the start, I'd really appreciate to see a verification of the measurement, just to make sure. If you really want to, I even just go buy a sticker from the fishing hole. I think they're like $4 or $5, as long as it actually lines up perfectly, and double check that if you want to fill in that extra 6 inches. But in general, I put that size reduction down just so when you do catch your 6 and 7s, you're getting an extra point more than anything.
Yeah.
But if you really want to submit 4-inch fish, I'll verify them.
Yeah. Another thing for anybody that's using a motor, you need to submit a photo of your kayak with the motor as well, so that we know what
Correct.
you're running.
And if we find out otherwise that you're running a motor and you haven't got a picture verified, you will be disqualified. Unfortunately,
The iron fist this year.
Well, it's more so we're not dancing in the grey area with a lot of these things now. We want to be straight black and white. So it's not hard to take a quick picture of it. Yes, Denise, I'm waving a Harry Potter wand. It's a stick. Thank you very much, as we call it. I like to keep my hands busy. Generally, I'm doing other stuff, but thank you,
the
Denise.
funny thing is, Broden doesn't realize that it was only us that saw that, because that was in a Facebook Messenger chat, not actually on there. So nobody else could see that Denise commented about you waving a Harry Potter wand.
No, I saw that, and I was like, whatever. Yeah, there she goes. Anyway.
Use a substitute ID tag until we attend an event and grab the proper one. Yeah, we'll have a copy to we'll put it up and you can download it. There'll also be copies of the cards going to Aquabatics, stuff like that. And then when the folks from Saskatchewan come out, we can send more back with them. And then for people that wanted them mailed, we just asked for throw $5 in, and we're mailing out a couple of cards and covering the shipping with that. So that is an option as well.
Also, make sure you are paid up and signed waivers, because I know a couple of people last year were entering fish and hadn't signed waivers, and I had to just give them the unfortunate news that their fish weren't accepted because they didn't decide they hadn't signed their waivers. So please make sure they're all signed and and the SummerSlam's paid for. Because I really as much as I like holding an iron fist, I don't really want to be telling people that the fish isn't accepted because they forgot something.
Yeah, you need to be paid and your waiver submitted, signed before any fish can be accepted. And with that as well, you also need to make sure that your location and all your data is turned on for your camera as well.
Yep. And also make sure, like with the ID tags, if you don't have the ID tag, obviously, like Mike said, and other people have asked, like a substitute one's okay. If you really need to for the time being, you can write it on your hand, especially if you're using that hand per se in the picture, as long as it's got the right code on it and such. But obviously, when it comes to when we've got the cards, they have to be in the pictures. There's no questions about it. Another thing before I forget about it, Goldeye and Mooneye are now under the one species. It's just more so due to the fact there were a lot of anglers who were covering a lot of the identification marks with their hands. So just for ease of trying to explain to them, like to trying to get the anglers to not hold it in certain spots, we've just merged those two together. As well as Sorga, I would have really appreciated it if you sent a dorsal fin picture in. It's one of the easier identification marks of a Sorga. But other than that, I think that's mostly it. Flip out another thing with the Frabiral extendable bump boards. I think we've talked about this quite a number of times. Make sure when they're at the full extension mark, you've got a nice black mark to show that it's at full extension. We don't want... Oh, Darren.
Hey, guys.
We want to ensure that that bump board is at full extension, because obviously if it's not quite at full extension, you can be gaining like half, 3/4 of an inch, and that could be a difference in prize money and such. Muskie bumpers, Alberta bump boards, that style of thing. I will be looking at where the fold is too, because I know personally with my muskie bumper, if you don't have it perfectly flat, it'll fold in a little bit and you can gain extra. So please ensure that those are fully expanded. You can easily do that by putting a couple of tackle boxes underneath it, or get a small piece of PVC pipe with a slit that's wide enough that you can push over it, and it makes it basically a fixed bump board. Yeah. That's a couple of little things that will help.
Yeah, one thing Gord asked, just sign the waivers once. Yeah, you sign your waiver once at the beginning of the year, and it's good for the year.
Yep, you've signed your life waiver.
Yeah, Denise had a question from an angler. Go over how to turn on EXIF data for new anglers.
So you have to go into your settings and click on the Fishing Chaos app, and then from there you have to go allow location services and such. There's slightly different variations between the Apple and the Samsung, but basically as long as your photo allow that, as well as go onto your camera settings and click on location and time date, and it'll hopefully. And if anyone has any trouble, obviously feel free to message myself or Taryn, and we can generally figure out to get you on the thing. Also, it's like, don't feel stressed about uploading the fish straight away per se, especially if it's more important to get a quick photo, have a quick look, see that you've actually got the file, or like the identification mark, and then get the fish back in the water. We don't need to be keeping fish out of the water for too long.
Yeah. And with that too, just for anybody that's kind of new, when you catch that fish, leave it in the net, get your bump board ready, get your camera on, ready to go. Once you're ready to go, get up, get a couple pictures of your fish on the bump board, throw the fish back into the net in the water, and then look at your picture and make sure that you've got a good quality picture that's going to suffice for what you need. Then delete all the other ones. And then I encourage everybody, once you do that, take a picture. You've got the picture of your fish before you go fishing to catch another fish. Take a picture of your sonar. Even it's a great way to do it, because it kind of shows you that time of when you caught it, whatever. But it allows you to identify the difference between the different fish, so that you've only got one photo of the fish, then you've got a photo of something else, whether it's the sky or anything else. But if you put an extra photo in between your fish photos, it allows you to distinguish which ones are which.
I was just gonna say one more thing on EXIF data. I'll find a good video on YouTube. I know there's a bunch of good ones right now, and I'll share it on our page here after the live here. So And then, yeah, there's lots of good tips on there. Actually, I think Fishing Chaos has a YouTube account now, and they have like some common issues that people have with the app. So just one more.
And we also have a video of myself on our YouTube page doing a quick little video of catch, photo, release. It's how I've always done my fish, and it seems to work pretty well. And also, in case, as Mike would know for a fact, it's always nice to ensure there's something on the other side of the bump board, so when a walleye jumps off the end, you don't lose it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, if you go to our WordPress page, I will actually right now put it in the comments. We have a link to that video right there. If you've got some videos of your own that you'd like to send us links to, we've got how-to series and we've got rigging videos. So if you've got videos like that, by all means, send them into me, and I'll make up a little bumper for it, and we can post them up there for you as well.
Yep. And as the months go on throughout the season, I will be actually approaching a few anglers. I've already approached a few of them on a 20Q, just a more so thing to get to know your anglers and such. So I'm just going to be asking a few guys some 20 questions sort of thing and a few pitches. And so some of the anglers get to know some of the more veteran players of the game. So just a little bit interesting sort of thing.
Let me, if I stop everybody's videos.
Oh.
Just me.
Right. Just in Edmore.
Oh, we're all gone.
There we go. So I wanted to bring this up for everybody. This is in your code of conduct. So please make sure you're taking the time to read through this and understanding.
It's black screen, Mike.
Oh, I see it.
There's nothing from. Oh, you see it? Okay, never mind.
It's just you, Broden. This document doesn't work for Australia, so you're not allowed to see it.
Country lockout. Damn it.
Yeah. But make sure that you're going through and you're looking at this list of what is allowed, what isn't allowed. As always, no hands in the gills. We allow with pike, we allow you to put your hand up into the bottom of the gill plate and slide it all the way forward to hold. But other than that, there is no hands in the within the gills. If you have a fish that dies, you need to stop fishing right away and find out from one of the organizers. So this is for the in-person events. You've got to find the organizer. They'll let you know what to do and where to put the fish. There was a couple other things that I really wanted to just kind of touch on with everybody to make sure that we're all good. So I'll kick cameras back on here. We can get rid of that. As always, you need to have all of your information needs to be sent in. So on the code of conduct, make sure you're putting your boat and all that kind of stuff. That's, again, more so for the in-person tournaments, but it's one of those things we need to know how to get hold of you or how to get hold of somebody, that kind of stuff. We need to know what your vehicles are, that kind of stuff, because we have had events in the past where anglers have just left without notifying anybody, and we've been scrambling for an hour trying to find the angler only to realize that they had left and gone home.
Yep. And if you also own multiple kayaks and compete in different kayaks throughout different events, please make sure you add that on the side so we're at least got an idea, because I know a few of us do have 2 or 3 kayaks we like to run.
Yeah. Mother shipping, under no circumstances can you mother ship. So you cannot hook onto a power boat or jump onto a power boat and get out to your fishing spot.
Yeah.
Just looking, PFDs needs to be on. Another thing that we really need everybody to be made aware of, when you are measuring your fish, your kayak needs to be in the water. You cannot, and you need to be in your kayak. You can't get out of your kayak and go and measure a fish on shore. It needs to be done in your kayak, in the water. So please make sure with that. We encourage you to help each other. And so this is number 12 in your code of conduct. We do encourage anglers to assist each other to ensure the safety and health of the fish when taking pictures of the fish. The bump board and the fish must remain in the angler's kayak. You can have other people holding the fish, taking the picture for you, anything. All photos must be taken with the watercraft fully in the water. You may be next to the shoreline, but the watercraft must still be in the water or your entries will be disqualified. Shane, yeah, absolutely. You can pull your little kid's kayak behind you and let them, you're just unfortunately the motor for them then. I did that the first few years with Ben as well. So
there's a bit of an age limit on that though. They can't be 12 years old getting towed around everywhere.
Yeah, no. Yeah, young children.
Very young children. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. I was just waiting for it.
You should have brought the Hulk hand out.
Yeah, it was funny. I was just talking about that. It's like it's out in the back room.
You could have just been.
But it doesn't really work because it's a Hulk fist, not an Iron Fist. There's difference. I could have painted it gray, I guess.
Yeah, but Hulk's stronger than iron anyways. I mean, he can break it, so.
I guess so. Yeah.
Broden, you didn't answer Trevor's question. He was asking.
I can't see comments.
Oh, he said, "Are you competing this year?"
I might. I'd have to look on things. I do enjoy the competition side of things, but I'd much rather sort of focus on ensuring the rest of the competition runs smoothly. So I'll probably put my name in there and have a bit of fun, but I won't be competing very hard, to be honest. Just more so ensuring everyone else is having fun and the tournament is run smoothly. Trevor's going to be a little bit upset about that because I think he wants me to he wants to beat me. That's fine.
Don't make him cry.
It's not hard.
From Ron and Robin, the tagged fish are coming next week. There's going to be 15 tagged trout for the. There's going to be 15 tagged trout for when we go for the Derby. Hopefully, they're not all caught before then.
And from what I got told, there's still some tagged ones from last year, so we're probably got a good chance someone's going to catch a tagged fish and go home with a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just replying to a comment here.
Oh. Yeah. So unfortunately, if people are wondering, I can't read comments, so obviously you need to rely on these two to tell me things. Phones don't really do the commenting thing. Computers seem to allow it, but not phone.
Robin just said there's 15 tagged fish left from last year.
So, there's a ton of fish. Open Creek Campground is going to have a little fun. When you take a picture of your fish, you can do a kiss the fish as a second picture. And then we can we can show them the pictures and they can go through it. So just with that, right? Because we're not using the app out there. Take your pictures and bring it in, and you can show Ron and Robin your fish, your kiss the fish pictures and see what you can get.
Yep.
With that, if you haven't yet registered for the Trout Derby, please get that done right away. We're pretty much out of camping spots already, so we're now at the point where we're trying to trying to cram people into multiple units into spots now. So, and we need to kind of have an idea as far as numbers go of what we're going to have there. So there you go. So everybody kisses a fish. They put their name in a draw for a prize.
Yep.
Trying to think what else we really need to hit on.
I think we've covered the general housekeeping rules. Obviously, like, just obviously help each other out and such. We're not, like, as much as this is a tournament-based trail, we do have to look out for one another. And so if you see an angler in trouble, obviously offer to help them. I did get confirmation while I'm over here that a bunch of loose rods showed up for the trail at my doorstep. So they're going to be I'm going to be displaying a few at those at the Trout Derby for anglers to check out and see what they could possibly win throughout the year, which will be good.
Nice.
Yeah. And one final thing that I just remembered, Smith Optics is sponsoring the trail once again this year. So I will have a display at the Trout Derby for anglers to check them out. And so we will be doing a bulk order after the Trout Derby. And the order, you'll get 15% off. So if you're looking for a set of eyewear, Smith Optics is a fantastic set of glasses. I've run mine for
You don't have them
2
on.
years. I don't have them on. No, because they're in the house right now, but I've had them for 2 years now, and they're fantastic to see through. And like, I dare say I'll be buying a new set, just different color for the brighter days and stuff on the water. But they will obviously like display set, so everyone can have a try of a few, and we'll be doing an order for them. So, as well as a couple of Smith Optics prizes will be at the Trout Derby too. So be on the lookout for them.
Perfect.
I think that's relatively everything.
Oh, Danny's not going to be there. He's going to Texas.
Danny, no, you come to the Trout Derby.
He's missing the Trout Derby, the Sucker Derby, Carrollside, Buffalo, and the Bass Derbies.
And the Bass Derbies, yeah.
He'll be back just in time to drive all the way up to
Cold Lake.
No, to Ruby's. He'll be back in time to go fish rubies.
Yeah.
So
I'm disappointed in you, Danny. It's very, very sad.
Monthly challenges for the Summer Slam again.
First month will be two trout, whatever trout species, not lake trout or splake. So generally your stock trout, like your rainbows, your browns, your tigers, and the brook trout. And then, damn it, brain fart right now.
Is it the same as last year?
Northern pike and whitefish,
Yes,
then walleye and perch, and ends with any 3 species.
sorry about that. Old neighbor. Same sort of scenario as last year. We haven't changed anything. We'll be running our first monthly prize will be a getting hooked lure pack, and the random draw will also be another getting hooked prize pack too. I believe it's going to be a gift card. And then throughout the months, we'll still be running like your big fish award as well as the random prize. So as long as you submit the required fish of the monthly challenges, you will go into the draw for one of the prizes.
Yeah. And Gord Bus says for everybody with the trail, a big thanks to G-Bus Outdoors too, the supplying the trail with a ton of amazing lures for all of the events. And with that, he is giving all trail members 25% off all their orders and free shipping. So definitely check him out as well.
Yeah. But yeah, and if anyone really wants to understand how many he's donated, like it's 10 per in-person event. That's 110 crankbaits. And when I had to go pick them up and then put them out on my dining room table, and they cover probably 3/4 of my dining room table, that's the general understanding of how many lures that is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lures. So a lot of anglers are going to go home happy with those.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you get those codes of conduct. Go to our WordPress site, wckft.wordpress.com. Go to the 2024 events page, and right at the top, you can see the code of conduct. Click it, download it, fill it out, sign it, get it sent back into us. Because without that, none of your fish will count, and Mr. Iron Fist there will throw the hammer down.
I shall.
Taryn, app, anything they need to know?
I don't think so. I mean, if you have any app questions, just make sure reach out to me.
Are we doing the same thing with the monthly membership?
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, the way that it works is for every derby other than the trout and sucker derby, you'll need to be you need to have the monthly subscription. I think it is on Fishing Chaos. So it's $3.99 US a month, which is $5.47. I think I just paid it in Canadian.
Yep.
And so you need to have an active registration to register. If you're only attending an event that month and then you're going to have a month off before you go to the next one. So say I'm doing Summer Slam and I'm doing Cold Lake. You can subscribe and then register for both tournaments so that we know that you're registering for both, and then unsubscribe. And then when it gets back to August, subscribe again. And we're asking that people subscribe again just so that Fishing Chaos does get some funds from us, because otherwise they're not getting anything from us. So basically we're asking that people are subscribed during the months that they're going to be competing. And for SummerSlam, that just means you need 1 month. So you need May for SummerSlam. But if you're doing a bunch of other events, I know a bunch of people had it just going the whole summer. It's not that much per month. But if you are not subscribed and you're registered for an event, you can still enter fish, just so you know. So I could go and unregister right now, and I could still enter fish for SummerSlam. So
yeah. I mean, with the monthly charges, I mean, you've got May, June, July, August are really the only months you need it for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for 4 months, keep it for 4 months. It's going to cost you like $22 type thing. Denise has got a great.
Don't do me. Don't do me and completely forget it out.
Yeah, you just leave it year round. Denise posts this up as well. It's great throughout the year for anglers who win the prizes. Please don't forget to post a thank you to the sponsor and get a picture of you with the prize, you using the prize. Our sponsors are amazing. They give us this stuff. Go on. If you've won a prize, go on to their website. If you can leave a review for what you won on their websites, please do that as well. It's getting harder and harder to get sponsors now because they are their budgets are getting cut severely, and it's more and more people now fighting to try and get those prizes. So the more we can show our sponsors how much our anglers are appreciating it, the better chance we have of continuing on with those relationships with our sponsors.
Yep, and also make sure you tag the trail too, because then we'll repost a lot of that too.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
I think Trevor had one more there. I probably covered it, but
yeah, just about the
subscribing. The only thing I was going to say was when you subscribe to the app, it's a month from that date, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
So if you subscribe now, you will be until whatever date we are in, June 8th. So that part's nice. I know some people are trying to wait until the next month to subscribe. No, it's a rolling month.
Yep. Trevor, just pay the annual and be done with it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. No,
well, I'm still waiting for the big massive donation that he's going to give to the trail.
I believe it's his present.
We'll take cash instead.
Yeah. No. But no, I think that's everything.
Yeah, and
That's
with
all.
that, Peter, thanks for that. I'll reach out to you. Yeah, if you have a sponsor that might be willing to give away sunglasses, that'd be amazing. And that goes for anybody. If you place you work at has swag that they're willing to donate, or you know of a local company that you can get gear from, we are always looking for more prizes to give away to make the events better. With the Trout Derby, everybody will be walking away with a prize. So the more prizes that we can get donated, the better prizes we can give away. I see Steve Bender on here. For everybody that was at the East Slope last year and played cornhole with Steve Bender, Patio Benders, his woodworking company, is donating a set of cornhole boards for the prize table at the Trout Derby.
Nice.
So whoever wins those, we're having a game that night. They're going to get well used.
As long as Steve's not playing, because I'm pretty sure he kicked everyone's butts.
Oh no, I slaughtered him on his own boards. It was great.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
It's always good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So get your waivers downloaded, signed, sent in. Do that as soon as you can. For people that are coming to the Trout Derby, I will have extra copies of just the 2 part of the waiver. What else was I going to say? Right now, the only event we're taking camping fees for is the Trout on the Fly Sucker Derbies. So you can pay your entry fees for the other events whenever you want now. You can, if you know the ones you're going to come to, absolutely send the e-transfer through to westcankajaktrail@gmail.com. And just in the message, let us know what events you're going in and we'll track it for you. And then as we get closer to these other events, then we'll start accepting fees for camping. If we are going to be the ones accepting or taking the money, I believe at Cold Lake this year, they're actually going to come around and collect the money, so we don't have to do it. So
Yes, they've got their own little mob there, so they will actually go around with it. They've also, what I got told, they have a little square machine too, so you don't actually necessarily have to be carrying cash. So they'll have that, as well as if you need firewood and whatnot, they will also have that all available if you don't bring that. So that's quite a few months away.
Hopefully we're allowed to have fires.
Yes.
Yes, that's the thing. It's quite a few months away to figure out if we're allowed fires. If not, I've got a propane fireplace, which I think we're allowed to run in certain regulations.
Yeah, most places will allow those.
Yeah.
And for anybody from out of town, if you want, like out of Alberta, if you want to get the cards when you send in your money for SummerSlam, throw an extra $5 in, and I'll grab a couple of cards, throw them in an envelope for you, and get them sent out here right away for you. So,
yep.
Other than that, I think that's about it.
That would be it. Yeah.
Broden's got some day fishing to do, so.
Yes, it's coming to midday. It's only 20 to 12, so I think I might go out for a fish. Might just fish all day. No.
Yeah. Tough life. No. Tough life.
Holidays are great.
They sure are.
Yep. And no, I think that's everything. Thanks for listening in, folks. Like I said, if we've got any questions for us, feel free to reach out to the trail or one of us individuals or any of the other directors, and I'm sure we'll get you into the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Shane, I'm going down actually tomorrow to do a product knowledge clinic with Aquabatics. So I'll take a big stack of cards to them so that they can hopefully have them at the store in Calgary and get a bunch sent up to Edmonton as well. And with that, yeah, if anybody's got any questions, reach out to any of us directors. We're here to here to answer you as best we can. If we don't know the answer, we will definitely find it and get it out to you right away.
Yippers.
So with that, we will say good night to everybody. Good luck with fishing coming up very soon. We can't wait to see all of the fish that are coming in.
about 10 minutes.
Yours don't count.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, and with that, we'll leave you with the note of go Canucks.
Oh,
Yeah, I said it. Go Canucks. Have a good night, everybody.